So, after yesterday's unnecessarily epic match, hopefully normal service will resume today. Let's go win a trophy, shall we? What's up guys, ChasingLamely here with episode number 77 of Passport to Poland, and if you haven't already hit like and subscribe, I'd do it now before we win this trophy because we're going to need the luck. We're picking up exactly where we left off yesterday, pretty much straight after the first Crusaders game, which was that 11-0 battering we gave them. And that today we're playing Lechia, the winners of the Polish Cup. In the Polish Super Cup we're playing at home because for some reason the league winners always play at home in the Super Cup. I don't understand why, but such is life. In terms of things that have happened, there's been some transfer movement since last episode. Kjell Sherpen is currently wanted by everyone. So since the last game, Vaclav Dashal has joined Hamilton for 210,000, rising to 245,000. So we'll keep an eye on him because I think he'll do well in the SPL. Gabriele Malazzi has joined Novara for 22,500. He never really made the grade for us, so that's probably for the best. And Joseph Palmer has joined Paderborn on loan for the season in the Zwei Bundesliga, I believe. After spending last year at Arminia Bielefeld in the Zwei Bundesliga and not playing. Which is interesting. He's a guy who I think could develop into a really good player, but he doesn't seem to be getting any game time. So we'll hope he can get himself some at Paderborn. That's pretty much the state of play. No one new has come in, as you can see. We're still working on signing the new Czech player. So we'll see how it goes. But let's get into the Cup final and try and win this thing. And I've got to hope I remember to put a team together. I think I did. Same situation as I did say I think I did. I probably didn't actually. Now I'm thinking about it, but I'll do that when we get there. In fact, I'll do it in a second. But yeah, Bradley Wilson is on international duty. Bruno Jordao is doubtful. And for them, Josh Lopez is ineligible because he's on loan from us. And they've got a couple of guys out injured. And Aaron Levy is managing Lechia, so the question of where did Aaron Levy end up has been answered. Right, let's sort out that team selection, and I will come back in like a second. So having sorted that out, because I had sorted out a team, but it was problematic. We now have a starting lineup, so Kjell Sherpen starts in goal, possibly for the last time. This will almost certainly be the last chance he has to win a trophy for us. Nick Francis will start at right back. Belodi, Dave Black, and Ignacio Angelastri will be making their first starts for the club as well at the back. Panada starts as defensive midfielder behind Ribeiro, Vasily and Liss, with Mitchell and Sterling up top. Longstaff, Cruz, Rico, Shimchak, Gomez, Salah and Seferovic are on the bench. This will probably be Seferovic's last appearance for the club as well, because he is almost certainly off to Romania to join Football Club FCSB, whoever they are. Unless of course Chavez put in a bid for him, which I would expect if they did he would go to Portugal, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's get into the game. Let's get down to business, shall we? I'd like us to get a nice easy win. I don't want to be so easy that the match goes for 26 minutes again, because that was long yesterday. That was a long live com. Still feeling the effect of Ribeiro as our top player. Francis, our top assist maker, and our top goal scorer would be Ribeiro as well, so he is also our top everything at the moment. But he should be. He's also the best player in the squad, going by star ratings, so there's that. On their team, obviously we've got Franco Vina playing as the left winger for them, the ex-Bayern player. Anyone else who jumps out as being important? Adeyemi was, I think, with us, if it's that Adeyemi. Oh no, it's Karim Adeyemi, the ex-Red Bull Leipzig player. We've definitely come up against him more than once, and there's no one on the bench jumping out at me that I should worry about, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this one goes. I think we can pick up a win, pick up a trophy. I will try my best to get Seferovic on the pitch before the end of the game. Can we expect an attacking? Yes. It's not the best weather. We don't care, to be honest. We've played in all weathers and beaten in 3 matches. Does it give us an edge? It doesn't matter. We've left him out because of his injury problems. We'll say absolutely it's not. It's just because he's leaving. But I want to give him a chance to win a trophy as a kind of thank you for all he did for us last year. because he didn't get to play in this game last season, I don't think. So we'll give him a chance. Their goalkeeper's starting the game injured, which is an interesting way to kick things off. Francis plays it in, and it looks like Dave Black has been fouled in the box, which means, because I think we're gonna do this fairly easily, I'm gonna do that big old risky thing. First, I'm gonna pick the right thing. Let's set a penalty taker for the game. Who is it's Kjell Sherpen's last game for us. He's already scored penalties for us before, so we might as well let him have this one. As a kind of thank you goodbye, we'll let him have his, I think, third or fourth goal for the club from the penalty spot. No, I said that, I've jinxed it, and either it won't be a penalty or he won't score. But you know, we'll be nice to the lad. He's done well for us. He's been a really good keeper, really good pickup for free from Ajax. And he would have stayed for a long time, would have been our long-term number one, were it not for the fact that Wilson is coming up as a very, very strong option behind him. So, Kjell Sherpen with a chance to score from the spot 4 minutes into the game against Lechia in the Super Cup final. Make himself a hero. It's been saved. He can't make himself a hero. And we've got to get him back very fast. It's always the gamble when you decide to let the keeper have a go from the spot. But he should recover from that okay. I know his rating's going to drop a little bit, but he's also a really good keeper. Yeah, there's a couple of really good keepers coming through behind Sherp, and it was time to let him move on, take the money for him, because if they hadn't been coming through, if I hadn't found two keepers who were going to be as good as, if not better than him, he would have stayed until he retired, quite frankly, but it's time to move on. I think he's only like 22, 23, 24. He's reached the peak of his potential, so taking what money we can get from now is probably for the best. Move him aside, let Bradley Wilson, when he comes back from international duty, have the shirt, and we'll use the youth team lad in the meantime, because he's also very, very good. Nick Francis has suffered a bruised shin. Well, that's the thing. Let's get creative, because we haven't really done anything so far. If that comes back to bite me, letting Sherpen take the penalty shot, I'm actually happy to take that bullet, because you know we did the morally right thing. We did a good thing. We did a favour for him. Let's tell him to win it for the supporters. They couldn't care less. Valdemar Liss is the only guy who cares about winning this for the supporters, which is really sad. Really sad that he's the only one that actually cares. Ribeiro is nervous, and Vasily is not having a great game either, which is probably not for the best. As Cieselik puts the ball forward, Dave Black will pick it up. Plays Angelestri into trouble though, and then gets played into trouble himself, but Sherpen, ever reliable, picks it up and plays it through to Valdemar Liss. Ball out wide to Nick Francis, who hopefully won't be suffering too badly from his bruised shin to make something of this. Puts a ball forward, not really going anywhere. Jovicic gets rid of it, and now Cieselik has put the ball forward to Adeyemi, and we're going to get absolutely run at here. We need to get something happening. Let's make a tackle. Sherpen with a save. Good times. I was worried that was going to be like a straight red tackle coming through then, but it wasn't, so we did okay. Ribeiro and Vasily are not having a great time, but the fact I've got Longstaff and Rico and Salah, who's also leading, available to us, makes me slightly more comfortable with things. We will make the changes if we need to. It's not something I'm overly concerned about doing. Let me do a get creative shout, maybe. Let's go a bit more attacking too. Why not? Let's try and do something to take the game to them. We'll take Ribeiro off. Ribeiro's not having a great time out there. We'll send on Matty Longstaff because we know he can do the job. And at some point I will try and find a way to get Salah and Seferovic onto the pitch, because it feels right. It feels right to do that. And, you know, sometimes you just have to do the things that feel right in a game, even if it's going to cost you, which it might cost us. It's not impossible it will cost us. Francis with a free kick. What can Nick Francis do? Gets it in. Oh, Nick Francis scores the free kick. Keeper had no chance. Nick Francis making himself the hero of the hour. And I think because he's picked up that knock as well, I think we'll take him off. We'll let Salah have the honours of replacing him at right back. He's not really a right back, but you know, it's the only place he's going to be able to fit coming on. And then I need to have a think about how I'm going to get Seferovic on for a chance as well. Good finish, really good finish. Keeper had no chance with that one. Not a chance to do anything with it. Valdemar List needs to come off, but I don't know if I need to have an under 22 player on the pitch. I don't think I do for this game. I don't think so. Seferovic can come on there. We'll put him up top. We'll drop Kazaya Sterling back. And that should work out quite nicely for us, hopefully. Just see the game off, see if Seferovic can get himself onto the score sheet. Vasily with a corner, whipped in, over the top. No one's found it. Panada has picked it up. Panada could play it back to someone, doesn't, and now we're in trouble. Anderson's picked it up. They're going to hit us on the break, but Salah there to clean up. He hasn't played many games for us, but every time he's played, he's looked good. He spent a lot of time on loan, but every time he's played for us, he's looked pretty good. And now Cieslik is on the attack against us, and now Holzhauser has a chance. Lipski, ball forward to Zakowski. He needs to do some defending. Salah has done the defending, which, you know, we'll take. We'll take seeing us fullback defend for the first time in a while. Panada out to Salah. Salah has a chance to run. Maybe he can combine with Seferovic for a moment of magic, as both head for the door. Back to Panada. Panada has options around him, plenty of options, finds Vasily. Vasily has options too, Longstaff is one of them. And now out wide to Salah, who has an opportunity to get the ball in, but just plays it back to Longstaff. Panada, ball over the top. Salah will have space to run. Can he cross it in? He can. Mitchell heads it on, and it's saved by Lobashevsky. And that is a pretty close call for them. And Cieslik with a free kick. Hopefully we can get straight back on the attack from this. That would be nice. Lipski has picked it up though, and now I'm not going to try on that. Vishalek, I guess. Anderson, one-on-one with the keeper. Kjell Sherpen makes the save and keeps up his run of clean sheets, although he was offside. So all's well that ends well. I'm sad that Kjell Sherpen couldn't get himself a penalty goal in this last game. He'll probably play for us, but we'll get creative. Why not? We'll see what we can achieve with a bit of a last-minute shout. We've got a corner late on. Are we going to see it? We're probably not going to see it. That's probably going to be the game. A 1-0. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but a 1-0 will do the job. And we've picked up one more trophy. One more trophy for the season. Kjell Sherpen celebrating like mad because he knows it's probably his last one. And yeah, good times. It might actually be Kjell Sherpen's last ever trophy. The places he's going, well, he's got the options of Lechia Warsaw, who he might win trophies with because, you know, they're still the second best team in Poland. Or I think there's an option of going to the second division in France, which, you know, let's not count them chickens. But he'd have to do very well there to get himself more trophies. So yeah, this will probably be the last trophy he wins in his career, which is a little bit sad. But you know, maybe we'll keep an eye on him down the line. If we're still in the save by the time he hits retirement point, then maybe we'll bring him back as a coach or some kind of backup keeper or something. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the game, that's the trophy, that's that one. Let them know that we appreciate their efforts, which we do, and let's continue. And we'll come back for the game against Crusaders, which will be essentially our youth team, our up-and-coming prospects. Confirmation we won the Super Cup again. Super Cup lifted. We'll do the press conference, why not? Let's see who says what. Maestro, yeah, well, whatever. Anglestri had a good debut, he did. Nick Francis was terrific. The fans like what we do, that's good. Medals for the Super Cup win. These guys all got medals. Everyone you just saw play got themselves a medal. That's how that works. We've also won 2 of the Super Cups in a row, which is pretty nice. Some guys out on loan. Francis shines. We'll give him the credit he deserves. We'll say his defensive work was top notch. We can't praise him for his free kick taking, which is sad. Anyway, let's come back for the game against Crusaders and see what we can do in that one with the youngsters. Okay, we're back for match number 2, and we're playing the second leg of the Crusaders game. We've travelled all the way to Belfast, and we're 11-0 up on aggregate. I'm promising you this time it will not be a 26-minute match. Before we get into that though, there is some transfer news to catch you up on, and it's been Wow. Okay, so since we last played, since we won the Super Cup, Oliver Norwood has left us to join Arsenal Tula, who are in Russia, which is a wonderful place for a Northern Irish international to end up. Very, very strange transfer. He's gone for what will rise to £500,000, £550,000, which is not a bad return for a 33-year-old who played 7 games for us. He's certainly got the ability to turn into, a good signing for them, and he may even come back in the future as some form of backroom staff. We'll keep an eye on him, see how he goes. But yeah, we'll wish him well in his future endeavours. Jacek Brzezelski has joined Braunschweig in Germany because he's really our third choice right back at the moment. He will develop in something quite special, but going to the Zweite Bundesliga will work out quite well for him. He's got 5-star potential. He can turn into a quality player. He's good enough to be playing in our first team now. He's just unlucky there are 2 guys who are in on loan ahead of him. So we'll give him a chance to go out on loan and see the world a bit. Grzegorz Dabrowski has joined Figri, who are in the first division, I believe. Yeah, so he's gone for 6,500. He wasn't turning into anything special, so we thought we'd let him go and get a chance elsewhere. Haris Seferovic, last season's top scorer, has joined FCSB in Romania for 900,000. Apparently he wouldn't have got into our team this season, according to our scouts. Either way, he's gone. 900,000 for a 32-year-old is a pretty good return. Kjell Sherpen sadly has left us for, I'll never remember how to pronounce this team's name, FC Social Montbéliard, who are in Ligue 1. In France, 2.2 million for a guy we signed for free after giving us a few years of service on loan, 3 years of service on loan, followed by a season with us as a full-time player, and of course he left, having played in Europe for us and having won the Super Cup. So we say goodbye to Kjell Sherpen for the final time. Diego Mondino, who I brought in for a free this summer and then found wasn't good enough to actually get in the team. Well, I've just sold him to Mallorca for £1 million. 1.1 million he's gone to Mallorca for, which is easily the finest piece of business we've ever done, because I've paid him about 4 weeks' wages, I think. We came on the 18th of... he was with us for literally just shy of a month. I've paid him 4 weeks' wages, and he wasn't anywhere near 1.1 million a month. So that's a good profit we've turned. Guillermo Monge has gone to Arca Gdynia for £70,000. We brought him in. He looked like he might develop into something special. Had a good season for the second team. Spent some time at Paderborn last year. Gone. Happy days. Good money made. And then Marcin Paszek, who is a left winger, so he was never going to get in our team. Sold to Rakov Churtzau. Okay, we took a loss on him, but then also I didn't actually buy him. The director of football bought him. I don't know why to this day he bought him, because at no level, first, second, or under 18s do we play with wingers. I don't know how that happened. But on positive news, Vladimir Dostalek has joined us from Slovakia, the Czech player. He is pretty solid. 2.4 million, had some good seasons for Slovakia, and if we look at his report, he is technically better than Valdemar Lis. So might be interesting seeing how they combine. So that's good. We've sold twice as much players in terms of value as we have brought in, which means we actually still, after all that, have £3.6 million to spend. Currently hunting a centre half, who hopefully we'll see next episode. So let's get into the second game against Crusaders. We've already beaten them. Brad Wilson's still on international duty. These guys haven't been registered yet because there hasn't been a registration window, although there is now gaps for them. So into the selection, we're 1-2 on favourites. That's not good. I probably should have seen that coming. It'll be fine. Right, the team. Like I said, we're kind of playing our best youngsters, giving them a chance to see what happens, and prevent a 26-minute match by just battering them again. Although in fairness, Konieczny probably shouldn't be on that bench, but whatever. We'll make it work. Reece Devine, however, doesn't need to be on that bench, so we'll put Paszalski on because sure, nothing to lose by doing it, so we'll put him on the bench. Starting line-wise, So in goal, Josef Sarnowski, who has been our third choice keeper for a while, spent a season on a Monopoly, you'll remember, has played once for us in the league, once for us in Europe last season. He's okay. He's going to be a pretty good goalkeeper. When we'll look at his report, when he gets his eye in, he's going to turn into a good keeper. And we've already got teams like Crescenza, Cremonese, Lecce, Monza after him. I've turned down bids from Fulham. I've turned down bids from West Brom. I've turned out Huddersfield. I've turned out some stupid offers for this guy. He's got a future, and he's starting today. Kondraki, who is one of this year's youth intake, starts at right back. He's got a good 5-star potential. Maybe not the pace that I want from a player, but we can work on that. In fact, I need to make sure I'm not working on his quickness, but we can do that now. Boom, done, solved. We'll put him on quickness, and we'll see how he develops. Hopefully, quite well. He'll be playing at right back. Gabriele Bellodi and Dave Black start at centre half, and Anglastri, who started in the last game, starts at left back. In defensive midfield, we have this guy, David Wozniak, who is a pretty high potential player, good determination, good heading, could turn into a good centre half for us. It's not impossible. I've been teaching how to play as a central midfielder, but if he becomes a good centre half in the process, we won't complain. But he's got some big potential. He's 16 again this year's intake. We'll see what becomes of him. He gets a debut today. Marcier Verlet is going to start in central midfield as well. He's a winger by trade, but he can play Masala, and that will be where he plays today for us. So that we'll keep an eye on him again. Some decent potential. Might be one of those guys we develop to the point of selling on rather than developing to keep. But we'll see how it goes. Matty Longstaff will play and probably captain the side today. I'd imagine. I haven't set a captain, but if I had to guess, Matty Longstaff is probably going to captain this side. Ahead of him, Liss, Shimchak and Staviarts, who we've not seen in a couple of years, I don't think. He played once for us. I think it was an on-camera game. Played this one. That's 3 seasons ago now. But I think his league debut, I think we actually live-commed and he scored. So the man's got previous. He's played a few cup games for us as well. So we've seen him more than once. I think we've seen every game he's played for us, which is interesting. And on the bench, Gomez, Francis, Pachelski, Rico Jordao, the new signing, who we brought in from Wolves over the summer. He's pretty strong. He'll start pushing for a first-team place. He's just coming back from injury now, so can only play a little bit. Konieczny, who scored twice in the first leg, and Keziah Sterling make up the bench. That's a pretty strong team. If things start going horrendously badly for us, you know there are guys I can bring on. Matty Longstaff will captain the side, which is good to see. Let's do auto numbering. Jordao, I don't want wearing number 6 because he's not a centre half by trade, so we'll give him a number 12 shirt and hope he doesn't cry. We'll hope he doesn't cry is definitely the title of my sex tape. Right, into it. This is not going to be an 11-0 thriller. You'd think. Their team looks largely unchanged, except for some reason Ryan McLaughlin has gone from right back to striker. It's a bizarre choice. He looks happy, doesn't he? This looks like the mugshot you get after you've lost a bar fight. Rodney Brown. Sorry if you ever see this, Rodney, but come on, bro. Better try next year. Better go at that. Hamilton is starting at the back. Warren Hamilton, apparently. It's not Alexander Hamilton, but he is apparently an effective centre half for him. I don't know. No one else there jumps out. Everyone who was good for them, presumably, we saw last time. McLean got dropped after conceding 11 goals in favour of this other guy, Michael Ferguson. Probably wise. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. It could go brilliantly, could go badly. Everyone seems okay. There's no pressure on anyone at this point, really. Matty Longstaff takes the captain's armband. He's the natural choice. He's a leader of the team. He's been asking to captain the side for a while. He's not actually the club captain. Keziah Sterling is the club captain. Akere Wright is the vice captain. But his third choice is go. Matty Longstaff doesn't really have any arguments to be made against him. He deserves it. Although they're on the attack, Devine and McLaughlin playing 1-2s. Devine with a cross. We'll just get rid of this, please. Josef Sarnowski makes the save. And should be fairly comfortable. I'm not expecting us to. I'm not expecting us to score big here, although Staviarts gets a goal in the 6th minute. So we're 12-0 up on aggregate. I can't imagine this team is capable of putting 11 past Crusaders. 5, maybe, but not 11. I would bet money on us not scoring 11 again against Crusaders today. But Staviarts with a very good finish there, cannot be complained about too much, and it looks like we're going straight at them from the kick-off again, maybe. McKinnon heads down to Cooper. Cooper will play it forward to Brown. Brown options around him, but plays it back to Cooper, back to Brown. Brown slides it through. McKinnon can't get there, and now Belodi will play it to Kondraki. And we're going to go back on the counter-attack again. Matty Longstaff picks up the ball through to Anglestri, who has options around him, plays it inside to Valdemar Liss. Valdemar Liss back to Matty Longstaff. Longstaff, Anglestri available, and finds him. Ball across to Kondraki, Fillet, Wozniak, Longstaff, Wozniak again. Wozniak ball over the top to Anglestri, who's one-on with the keeper. Will he shoot? Will he cross? He's crossed it, and Staviarts gets his 2nd goal of the season. And I actually considered letting Staviarts go over the summer. I wasn't sure if he was going to develop or not. Maybe he's going to have a season on loan, and we'll give him a chance still to develop, because 2 goals, first Champions League game he's played this season, not too bad, not a shabby return. Definitely some big potential for this guy. He and Shimchak, well, they are our top 2 potential strikers in theory. So good to give them a chance to get to know each other. Good to actually start with. I think this is the most Polish players I've had since the first season. Was that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starting Polish players, 1 on the bench. So this is the most Polish team I've played since the first season. They're on the attack though. Devine and Gordon combining. Hopefully we'll make a tackle. Don't leave the field, Matty. That's not the way. Gordon picks it up. We're just having circles run around us. Let's Anglestri gets a foot in, but Devine will make the cross. Get rid of that. Kondraki, good work. Brown unleashed the volley. That's just over. The referee's blown for something, but I don't know what he blew for. And I'm not overly fussed, if I'm honest, because we're currently 13-0 up on aggregate. This game just needs to happen, really. Europa, whichever Europa that is, are playing Rodney. We must close Rodney Brown down. He can really cross a ball. Well, unless he can cross a ball well enough to score 13 goals. I'm not going to worry too much. Angelastri's picked up a knock. That's not ideal. But whatevs. If I have to take him off, I have to take him off. It's not worth crying about. He's still trying to play, bless him. We'll see what happens. McKinnon rattles the bar on the volley, and we have been saved the embarrassment of not getting a clean sheet. Let's do a handover to assist. I think we'll keep an eye on Anglestri. He'll probably come off within 5-10 minutes. We'll give him a chance to come out for the second half, just so he's not embarrassed by being taken off at half time, even if he is injured. It's always a bit embarrassing if you get taken off at half time. Anglestri in to Matty Longstaff. Longstaff, what can he do? Ball into Valdemar Liss to Staviarts. Staviarts has completed his hat-trick. That is a hell of a way to introduce yourself to the Champions League properly. That will do the job. That's when you just have to kind of take a moment and acknowledge you've done well. This is the story you tell the grandkids. Obviously, when you tell the grandkids the story, you tell them that Crusaders were one of the top sides in Europe at the time and have just declined heavily since, rather than the truth that they're probably not really good enough to be in this competition, but just happen to be the champions of Northern Ireland. Let's take Anglestri off. He's done his bit. We'll put Pachalski on. Why not? I can't see Pachalski being the straw that breaks the camel's back and suddenly makes us concede 15 goals. So we'll give him a chance to go out and impress. Why not? Belodi with a header. Only as far as Owens. Owens in to Philip, I guess that was. Philp, apparently. McLaughlin has come through, though. Let's maybe consider shutting him down, just for pride. Wozniak clears it, not really reaching Staviarts. Gordon, Patterson, ball over the top to McLaughlin. Let's close them down. Matty Longstaff has decided to play left back because why the hell not? Cooper scores a goal for them. Bit of a consolation. That's it. You picked that out of the net, son. You picked that out of the net. You've got 32.5 minutes to score 14 more goals. You picking that ball out of that net is going to make all of the difference in this tie. You could still win the Champions League. It's not over yet. Obviously. Yeah, we'll complete the tactical change. Why the hell not? Why are you looking complacent, boys? This is going really well. I don't know why you're looking all complacent and stuff. I don't know what to do sub-wise, to be honest. I know I need to make some subs, I just don't know what to do. I don't want to take Kondraki off. I don't really want to take Belodi off. I guess I could take Belodi off for Igor Gomes. The trouble is, any subs I make at this point just make the team stronger. I want to take Staviarts off and give him the old, guard of honour off the field thing. But I feel like he's got more goals in him. I don't know why. I just feel like he's got another goal in him, and I don't want him to not score it. I mean, he's literally owned this game the entire time. Let's praise them. Come on, don't be complacent at the end of a game. That's not okay. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's give him the guard of honour, the hero's send off. Keziah Sterling gets to shake his hand and thank him for a good day's work as Valdemar List comes in with a free kick over the top. Igor Gomes almost gets a chance to put himself on the score sheet and heads it over the bar, and this should more or less be the last action of the game, you'd think. They're going to go big, try and get those goals they desperately need, all 14 of them. It's not going to happen, boys. It's not going to happen. In fact, just give up. It will be my recommendation, frankly. In fact, you need 15 goals. No, 40. It is 14 goals you'd need. Sarnowski can be the last guy to touch the ball. Why not? Let's just enjoy it. Rolls out to Igor Gomes because what are they going to do? Ball forward to Longstaff to Liss. Valdemar Liss with a ball out to Pachalski, who has an opportunity to make an impression on this game. Can we get one more goal before the whistle goes? Longstaff picks it up. He's got plenty of options around him all the time in the world, quite frankly. Fillet has picked up the ball, and that's going to be the final whistle. A 3-1 win. Alexander Staviarts gets himself a hat-trick. Told you that wouldn't be 26 minutes, and it hasn't. It's been 17. It's fine. It's fine. This whole episode should still be about the same length as yesterday's. Good work all round. Nothing else we need to say. I don't know who we'll play in the next round, but I think we'll keep it a surprise for all of us because we can wrap things up there. Oh, in fact, we do know. It's going to be Dynamo Kiev. So, much harder for the next round, but that's fine. Dynamo Kiev will do us nicely. Okay, right, let's wrap the episode up. That feels like a good place to end it. So, thanks for watching, guys. We got 2 games out of today's episode, which is actually alright. And tomorrow we'll come back with a game against Dynamo Kiev to see if we can continue our march into the Champions League group stages once again. So, socials are below, Twitter, Insta, Patreon, all at ChasingLamely. While you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons because I don't know why you wouldn't have done already. We've just won a trophy and found our way through this next round of the Champions League with a massive aggregate score. A 14-1 aggregate score. But celebrate that with the like button. That's the way that works. Until next time, guys, I've been ChasingLamely. I'm going to see you tomorrow for Dynamo Kiev. Have a good one.